You can even take advices from the au pair, because sometimes these young people are really good in certain problems. Hello, my name is Susi. I come from Germany and I am an experienced host mother for au pairs. Why? Well, about 30 years ago, I was an au pair myself in the United States. And now we hosted already more than 20 au pairs from more than 15 different countries during the last 20 years. So I think that it's a good amount of experience. Well, now my kids are too old to still have au pairs, but I really like the idea. So I offered AuPairWorld to be for help if other families need advice or some good hints. The first question you should answer yourself is, do you really want a strange person living in your household, using all rooms of the house, be there all day long during a whole year? So if you can answer this with yes, then start looking for au pairs. Start your search with a very good profile at AuPairWorld. You should make your profile as detailed as possible, so possible applicants know what they are up to. You should describe each child, each family member, even your pets if you have some. Tell something about your neighborhood, free time activities, show pictures of each child, each room of the house maybe, or the au pair's room at least. And also tell from their children, really tell the good and the bad habits. So it is important that the au pairs know what to expect from you. Once you've found some possible applicants, you should get in touch with them. Write them a personal note or emails or whatever. What I usually did is I had a standard email with some more information about our family. And I describe a typical day. I describe what language classes the au pair can have, answer some question they might have. I describe the hobbies of our family, how we spend our weekends. And I also ask for some typical situations. I describe them. So, for example, I describe the morning rush hour. The kids have to reach the school bus and it is already late. So what would the au pair do to solve that problem? With these things, I try to find out how the au pair thinks about problem solving. There is no right or wrong of these questions, but I want to see how they think. You can also make a video call or a Skype chat with them. So if your kids are old enough and want it, take them so they can hear the voice of the au pair. You can hear the voice of the au pair and you can check the language knowledge in case you need your home language. Also point out your expectations. It does not help if you promise a paradise and the au pair comes, your kid has the first tantrum and does not know what to do. So for me, example, it is absolutely important that we have a base of honesty. So this is my most important expectation, that the au pair is honest. I also want them sometimes to work during our holidays. That means if we go for holidays, for example, for 2 weeks, I count 1 week as the au pair holidays and 1 week as work, because of course I want them to watch the kids during holidays a little bit, but they also have some free time. They see different cities, places, whatever. So these things you should point out in advance so that the au pair knows what to do. Well, since I live in Germany, I can only talk about the German regulations. And if you have an au pair who needs a visa to enter Germany, they have to apply for the visa in their home country. So it might be that you have to send a contract, an invitation letter, and maybe a proof of health insurance. So you should prepare these things and send them to the au pair so that they can apply for the visa at the German embassy usually. There are some standard contracts you can download on embassy websites, but you can also make your own contract. So I usually did my own. So what is important? You should write down some regulations, like how many free days per week, how many working hours, how much pocket money you pay. Do you pay for the public transportation ticket? Do you pay for language classes? And when and how much you pay? Also about the time of notice in case you need to cancel the contract. It is really important that you write this in this contract. Once the au pair arrived, you should register your au pair at the public department. You should also make the insurance, the health and accident insurance. And of course, you both should sign the contract. So then in Germany, the au pair needs their own account at the bank. So because you have to pay the pocket money via bank account and not in cash, at least if you want to point out your child care expensive for the tax later. When our au pairs arrived in our family, I usually gave them a leaflet, and I pointed out in that leaflet all regulations of the house. I showed them how I want to make the laundry done, how to load and unload the dishwasher. There are still people who does not know what a dishwasher is, so be aware of that, depending on from which country your au pair comes. I explain things, what is allowed, what is not allowed, no-goes like smoking or such things, responsibilities, what the kids may do and what the kids may not do. So, yeah. And what is also important, I would say, is never stay between the au pair and the children, because they will both probably take advantage of that if you stay in between. What else you can do to make it easier for the au pair to adjust to the new surrounding? Help her or him find friends of their age. Watch them if they get homesick or so. That is really an important thing, because homesickness can really make the whole stay impossible. So it might be a good idea to have some checkpoints during the stay, make a review, what is good, what is not so good. You can even take advices from the au pair, because sometimes these young people are really good in certain problems. I hope I could give you some advices when you look for your first au pair. As you can see in my background here, these are all au pairs from us. When they go home, we give them a little picture wall about their stay, and I keep a copy of it. So it is a good thing to keep the au pairs in our memories, and they are always present. When we sit at the dinner table, we see the au pairs and we can talk about it. And we are still in contact with most of them. So as you can see, there are a lot. And if I could help you, it is nice. If you still have questions, write at AuPairWorld and they will forward the questions to me, and I can give you some more information if you want. Bye!